Hey, good morning. Happy Friday. Welcome to Hobby Evolution, episode 526. Welcome to the almost weekend. It's Friday. We made it. Weekend is upon us. Card show weekend here in Madison. Go Bucky. Badgers play tonight. March Madness against Colgate, not the toothpaste, but the university. So we'll talk a little March Madness. We'll talk some card show preview. I want to run down. I haven't done it justice previewing the card show and what you might find. So I want to do a better. I'm always trying to look at other ways to promote the show and kind of spotlight some of the dealers. So I want to kind of go through and share what some of my dealers and will be offering tomorrow. Madison Card Show, March 19th, tomorrow, Saturday, 9 to 3. Free admission, sold out show, 80 dealer tables. So it'll all be on the, if you've been there before, it'll all be on the second floor of the main ballroom and the mezzanine. Next month, April, we will have the two floors, the two rooms and the mezzanine. By the way, great news. I did touch base, and I don't think I talked about this earlier this week, but I touched base with my contact at the Sheraton. I was told last month we had 110 tables, 2 rooms. The downstairs room, I could have fit about 5 more tables, I think, maybe a couple more in that room. But they told me that was all the tables. So I wanted to confirm. So they did inventory, and I checked. I'm like, we may grow this into a 3rd room in the future. I'm not there yet, but I think it could be maybe this summer. So did inventory. Guess what? They do, in fact, have enough tables to fill all 3 ballrooms, which would be about 150 plus tables. So this summer could be a 150 table card show at the Madison Card Show, Sheraton Hotel, John Nolen Drive. 80 tomorrow, back to 110 for April 30th. That's where we're going to have Twitter celebrities like Jenny Miller in attendance and 3B Collection Herman in attendance. And we're pulling, I don't think he's in the chat, but John, that 70s Card Show, we're going to twist his arm and get him into Madison, Wisconsin on April 30th. Jenny is with us this morning. Happy Friday to you. Good morning, Ed. Ed is maybe hitting a card show. We'll try to make it. Try to make time to get there. Dan, what is up? Getting my fill of Bo today with vids. I like it. Herman, good morning to you. So did you see the Dr. Beckett with Ken video about the strategy of having hockey card dealers? I actually saw that. I think I'm going to watch that as soon as I end this video this morning. I haven't caught up. So here's how I watch Dr. Beckett videos. I tend to watch them in one. I don't watch them every day. I kind of watch them back to back to back because I'm a long form, and I've talked about this before. And Ken, I have not taken Ken's advice for playlists. I have not looked into how to create a playlist to watch videos, running them back. So what I do with Dr. Beckett's videos is I'll wait on Friday, and then I'll just kind of watch, the week's worth or how many other videos I haven't yet watched, and I'll just kind of watch them back to back to back to back. So I will. That does interest me. And here's the thing. And I'm gonna talk about March Madness, and then we'll go into the card show preview. But I've only had like a couple in all the shows I've done in the last year. I've only had like less than 5 people ask about hockey cards, like when they see all my bargain boxes, and less than 5. In fact, but I do in Rockford, I get the same father-son combo every month. They walk by, any hockey? Sorry. Usually I beat this past week. I beat them to the punch, and I said, sorry, no hockey. Here's my thing about hockey. I don't really have much because I don't like hockey. I don't know anything about hockey. So especially when it comes to cards, I know Wayne Gretzky, and then I know some of the new stars. But when I get hockey, I just put them in a box and put them in the closet, and I don't know where they're even at. And then when I start digging through, and I actually this week, as I'm building more quarter boxes, I started pulling, if they were in a mishmash box, a little bit of everything, I'd pull some Gretzky's, Brett Hall's, there were some of the early 90s upper deck rookies like Lindros and Yager. I'd pull those out. And I'm like, I'm going to build a quarter box for my hockey guys in Rockford. And I just don't have the interest. Like it bores me. It bores me to dig through hockey boxes. I just dislike it. So, and there's not much, if there was demand, like I see increasing demand for soccer, and I put together, here's a story sidebar. Last night I'm sleeving soccer cards, and I'm like, what am I throwing in my quarter boxes? So I don't know any soccer players outside of like Pele, who played like 50 years ago. And the one guy married to a Spice Girl, and the guy with the long hair, the red long hair. Those are the only, I don't even know their names. Those are the names, those are the players that I know of soccer. But there's demand, there's increasing demand for soccer cards. So I kind of make an effort. I found soccer cards that they're like, there's a lot of money in soccer cards. To my point, I was digging through, and this latest Goodwill lot shined the lights some more on another big card. So I'm going through, and it's like 2021 soccer cards. And I had heard of Caden Clark. So there's a name, and I only know him because I've seen people post on Twitter, oh, here's my Caden Clark big card or whatever. So there were like 3 Caden Clark cards. And I'm like, I'm just going to put these on eBay, look them up. One of them is like a rare image variation. It's like $100 card. And it was just, I'm like, I better go back and look to see if there are other variations in these cards. So I looked at the checklist, pulled out. That was the only, but that was like the biggest one. There's another Chicharito I've never heard of. So I pulled some soccer. So I digress. Let's see. Gonna go back to the chat here. Let's see. Dan sold a Burley auto to a White Sox collector. Dan, why are you selling Burley? I didn't think you sold Burleys. Ed says, go Kentucky. Oh, wait, forget that. It's a dupe. Okay. What's up, Abraham? Go Badgers. Badgers are on tonight. Colgate. Hopefully it's not upset. So yesterday morning, I woke up with that feeling. Fortunately, I don't have that feeling with Wisconsin. But yesterday morning, I had that feeling with Iowa. And I talked about it yesterday morning. I'm like, there's just sometimes in the NCAA tournament, now it's big time matchups when it comes down to college basketball, even in regular season games. But sometimes in March Madness, it goes above basketball. It goes over basketball. And it's like otherworldly. It's like outside of basketball, like the forces, this voodoo magic, and wields its ugly head. And I think we had that. And I like woke up yesterday morning, and I'm like, I was going to lose because, and here's why I thought that. And I explained it yesterday. If you weren't here yesterday, you know why. But a lot of the experts were picking Iowa to make that run to the Final Four. Iowa's in the Big Ten, which the Big Ten tends to kind of suck in the tournament, as we saw with Iowa losing. Another team lost yesterday. Rutgers lost in the first 4, but Rutgers kind of sucks outside of their home court. So had that Big Ten thing going against them. And they had the 12-5 matchup. But most importantly, for the outside of basketball reasons, Richmond had to win 4 games in 4 days to win the Atlantic 10 Conference tournament. If they did not win that tournament, they would have been in the NIT or the CBI. They would not have even been playing in the big dance. And the cameras were focused on Sunday during that tournament championship game against Dave. I think it was Davidson they were playing. The family, Coach Mooney's wife and his kids, and they're just showing all of these emotions. They're crying. It's just this emotional roller coaster. And it's like, I think it's going to be that March Magic. March Magic is going to strike the Spiders, and Richmond is going to upset Iowa. I didn't want it to happen because I root for Iowa. Despite being a Wisconsin fan, I actually grew up an Iowa Hawkeyes fan, and I still root for them. And I now root for Illinois. I used to hate Illinois. Growing up, I loved Iowa, hated Illinois, but I like their coach, and I've talked about, my connections with the Illini. So hopefully the Illini don't get upset. I think the Illini could get upset by Chattanooga. I like their second round matchup against potentially Houston better than I liked their matchup last year against Loyola. But Chattanooga could beat Illinois. I don't want that to happen either, but it very well could happen. Jenny says, I've been watching Bo's videos too. Have 10 minutes left of his video with Triple Crown. That was fun. That's now live on his channel. It's Triple Crown. Talk the psychology behind bargain boxes, both from a buyer's standpoint and a seller's standpoint. Jenny has thousands of hockey, but are collectors really caring for base with hockey, or do they just want high end? I have no idea because I don't know any hockey collectors. And I've had some hockey, like we're talking a small pile in my other sports bargain box. And in the father-son combo in Rockford, they picked out like $1 worth of cards. So, and they were all base, not high end. But I have no idea as a whole what hockey collectors are actually looking for. Zach, good morning to you. Why are all my ads geared towards an older adult? A gut punch. Sorry, Zach, I don't control it. By the way, there was an ad that popped up. I was checking my video from yesterday. It popped up. It was, I think it's called the Lomi, or Lomi. And it's one of those, what do you call it? Shoot. And I couldn't remember. I was telling my wife, because my wife, composter. And it's like a countertop composter. We've talked about doing composting. But I'm like, this is really cool. So I showed it to her. She was a fan. So my own YouTube ads may lead to a purchase. We're big. We kind of like the Shark Tank stuff. We've bought several things that were highlighted on Shark Tank. So kind of like those things. Ken, what's up? Glad to have you in the chat this morning. I've had about 5 soccer cards in my store, and I think they sell better than anything. Yeah, soccer moves. There's a big market for soccer. It's crazy. Let's see. There you go. List those soccer. Kitcherito sounds delicious. I was so excited I was in second place, and then saw 9 of us were in second place. CBI, is that a new tourney for lower tier teams? Yes, it's not really new. It's been around for about 15 years now. So I actually broadcasted 2 CBI tournament games. My alma mater, the only 2 postseason Division I conference or postseason Division I tournaments my alma mater has played in. This was the College Basketball Invitational, the CBI. Our first year, the first one, we traveled to Oregon State, which canceled my spring training trip. Would have been my first ever spring training trip back in 2012. And I had to go to Corvallis, Oregon, and we got beat by the Beavers by 30 points. It was a terrible. I think I've talked about the whole. Our flight party was separated in St. Louis. The head coach and most of the team flew from St. Louis to, and this is after a 3-hour bus ride to St. Louis to Seattle. We flew like the traveling party and the assistant coaches, trainers and everything flew from St. Louis to Denver and then connected to Portland. And then we were all supposed to meet up in Portland at the airport and then bus from Portland to Salem, which is where we stayed, which is like a half an hour from Corvallis, where Oregon State is. The players and the head coach missed their connecting flight out of Seattle. So they then had to rent a van and drive from Seattle to our hotel in Salem. Didn't get in until like 4 a.m. We're at the airport in Portland, like, where's their flight? Like, we have no idea where they're at. They're still in the air because they were delayed. Their flight was delayed, I think, in St. Louis. So they had to end up, finally, once they landed, they, reached out to our basketball ops guy who was with us in Portland, And it was just, and then we had to fly it. Like our game was late against Oregon State. And then we didn't get back to the hotel. We had like an 11 p.m. dinner at the hotel. Had to wake up at 4 a.m. to bus all the way back to Seattle and then flew back home. It was probably the worst college basketball trip I took. That was the first year of the College Basketball Invitational. The second one was much better. We played Purdue in West Lafayette, so that's only a 4-hour bus ride or so. So we played well against Purdue at Mackey Arena. I think we were up at halftime maybe. That was in 2013, and then we did not get any invites my third year. So yeah, college basketball invitational. There's also another one. There's an even lesser tier postseason tournament. It was formerly called the College Insider Tournament, the CIT. It's now called like the Basketball Challenge or the Basketball Invitational because my alma mater was actually invited to play in that. They were supposed to play this week in that tournament against El Paso, Texas El Paso. The game got postponed or something. I haven't read why. I haven't been following. But there you go. Sidebar on the College Basketball Invitational. Dan asks, spring training. When are you going? Next Monday. So I am going next Tuesday, March 22nd. I fly out super early in the morning, which I love because that means I'll get to Arizona super mid-morning. So I'll have like the whole day to spend in Mesa. I've got like, there's going to be about 20 of us from Club 400 we're not traveling together, but we're all just kind of meeting up. We'll all be there around, pretty much the same times next week. So I fly in. I've actually been, that's kind of what I was doing yesterday. I was between making bargain boxes. I'm going to have 3 new quarter boxes. I'll get into it when I preview the show. I was making those up, and I was putting together my autograph book where I use those photo corners. So you just have the book and the player can sign on the book. So taking several hundred cards. So we'll see the success I have. Mostly minor leagues. I like getting prospect autographs much easier. More they're more available than the big leaguers, but the big leaguers do sign as well. So Tuesday morning. So I do plan. I'm going to take my setup. I won't take my microphone, but I'll take my camera, my laptop, because I will need my laptop just to do back end stuff on eBay that I can't do on the app. So I will do some hobby evolution. No show on Tuesday, but I will on Wednesday morning. I plan on doing a hobby evolution Wednesday morning. I don't know what time. So just kind of follow along on Twitter or set your alerts up on the YouTube channel. I think we're 2 hours behind. They're on West Coast time. They're now 2 hours. I don't think Arizona observes daylight saving, so I think they're now 2 hours behind. When I was out there 2 years ago, I went before the time change. So I think I'll actually land an hour earlier than I landed last time. So I think I land at like 10 a.m. Or 10:30. So I do plan on going live at some point Wednesday morning. And it might be, well, you're 2 hours ahead. So it's probably going to be a little later than, so 7 a.m. Central would be 5 a.m. Central. I'm definitely not going to be up at 5 a.m. So it'll probably be like mid-morning. So it'll probably be like 9:30 Central time. Because I'll probably do a live at like 7:30 Arizona time. So that'll be on Wednesday morning next week. So Monday, regular show on Monday morning, no show Tuesday, and then Wednesday morning, and then we'll kind of play it by ear from there. I'll also be uploading various videos from spring training, mostly like player highlight videos. So if you want to check out prospects, and I'll probably do a montage of just, the fun, and I'll be at the card show in Phoenix a week from tomorrow, next Saturday. So I'll provide some content from that show. Zach says, I only know Blades of Steel. Twitter, you could ask him for help. Let's see. Jenny asks Zach if he's heading to Madison. Porter and I have been gifted a few collections recently. Talking about hockey cards. A lot of hockey 90s. We know nothing. We've set it aside. I pull out the Hall of Fame and guys I recognize from EA Sports. That's pretty much what I do. If I even decide to look through the cards, I'll pull Gretzky, I'll pull Brett Hull, any rookies from the early 90s, because there actually are some like big name rookies. They're not big value, but they're big names. Porter and I have been just mentioned that. I'll bring what I have. Hockey to Madison show in April. Yes, debating with wife if it will be a weekend. We will be on spring week 2 weeks before, and I have travel the week of. So as long as everyone stays healthy. Zach, I assume you and Porter will be in Madison April 30th for a full day of fun and pizza dinner after the show. So yeah, April 30th, going to be a fun show. Let's see. Your internal clock will be on Madison time. That Wednesday will be a crapshoot. So Tuesday a travel day. So I'll land early. I'll get my car. I'll have a lunch, and then check into the hotel in the afternoon. And then I'll probably go out to the complex before I even check into the hotel, and just kind of check it out. I got to connect to Bo to see how I can guarantee I get a ground level hotel room. Maybe he can ask the Sheraton tomorrow. I would say just call, and if you call now, they probably have availability, and just request that. I'm pretty sure just a phone call will, and make sure you name drop the Madison Card Show. That way it kind of gives me brownie points. So let's talk about it. Madison Card Show. Next show is tomorrow. Actually, we're going to talk March Madness. What do you want to talk about? Do you want to preview the March Card Show, or do you want to talk March Madness? What do you want me to talk about first? Because I was gonna save the Madison Card Show talk until after March Madness talk. Let's just talk about Madison Card Show since that would okay. Dan votes for it twice, and we were already kind of going into that direction. So we'll talk Card Show, and then Dan can go to sleep. Or wait, is it nighttime? Yes, it's nighttime there. I get confused. So Madison Card Show tomorrow, 9 to 3. What's up, Mark Hoyle? Dan has spoken. Madison Card Show tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. it starts. We do have some early birds arrive. So if you have stuff to do, if you want to get ahead of your day, I don't mind if you arrive early. Just be cognizant that some vendors, some dealers, will still be setting up at, say 8 a.m. And they may not want you to look at their stuff before they're fully set up. So just kind of be cognizant of the dealers. And if many of them are willing, I'm always set up by, definitely by then. So just be cognizant of that. But we don't mind I don't mind if there are people arriving early. The last couple of months, I've had people come in as early as like 7:20, which is pretty early. The 2 months ago, I had at least one person arrive at like 7:20, and I only had like 6 dealers in the room out of 50 or whatever. So 8 a.m. is a good time to arrive. 7:20 is pushing it. So I will have 3 fresh. Well, if you didn't go to the Rockford show last weekend, I'll have 7 fresh quarter boxes that have not seen the light of day at the Madison Card Show. So I'll have, 3 baseball boxes, quarter boxes, 3 new baseball quarter boxes, 2 new football quarter boxes, and 2 new basketball quarter boxes. And I'll have some more soccer. So I'm getting pretty close to filling a whole 4-row box of newer soccer cards. So I will have some soccer cards, and then I'll have some leftovers, and then I'll have a bunch of dollar boxes. So I'll have some good stuff, and so in my quarter boxes, you may ask, well, what's in the quarter boxes? From this Goodwill lot, there was so much new product in this Goodwill palette that I just bought. So I don't have like the time to list a lot of these cards because they're like $1.50 cards, $2 cards, and I've got enough inventory that, my loss and my not having enough time to list some of these cards is your gain, because there's Ohtani, there's Acuna, there's Tatis, there's Trout in the 25-cent boxes. Basketball and football, I've got some color, like Prism color. So I have a feeling there's going to be some people pulling up a chair and spending a couple hours at my table because the bargain boxes are just that good. So that's tomorrow, Madison Card Show. I've got 9 first timers from the Madison Card for the Madison Card Show. 9 first time dealers, which is awesome because I lost like 6 or 7 regular dealers for various reasons. I know one has I think 2 have like spring break this week, so they can't make the trip because of their kids and they're doing vacation or something. I'm losing 5 or 6 vendors to the Chicago Spectacular, but there's no other shows in the area. So if you don't want to spend $30 to walk in the door at the convention center in Rosemont, because it's going to cost you 15 to park, 12 to get in the door, come to Madison. It's free admission. And free parking. So come on up. And I don't think there's any other competing card shows this weekend. It's Saturday, tomorrow. So 9 first time dealers. So that's cool. I know Phil's going to be there. He's got some really good vintage. He sets up in Rockford. He sets up in Schaumburg, I know. So he's going to be there. Ray is an awesome vendor. He's actually in the thumbnail with the kid playing. He's got like games to play, which is really cool. So he'll have some tables. Let's see. There's another guy who's coming down from Green Bay. He hasn't done a card show in almost 15 years. So he's excited to come down to his first card show in a decade and a half. Always love having that. My buddy Mike from Rockford, one of the promoters at the Rockford show, he's going to be bringing some great cards up from Rockford. If you're into Pokemon, I'm looking at my list here. I know I have at least 2, possibly 3 full-time, like nothing but Pokemon. They are strictly Pokemon. So we've got, if you're into Pokemon, there's some really good Pokemon vendors at the show. What else do we have? Let's see. John has some non-sports packs. He's where I got the Howard the Duck and the Simpsons pack last month. He hooked me up with the Charlie's Angels pack a couple months ago. So he's got some just a bunch of random stuff, and it's fun to go through his boxes. He has them in like the cigar boxes, and it's always fun to go through his stuff. And he hooks me up with some awesome non-sports. Paul, he's Baseball Card Haven on Twitter. Paul has supplies, which has been needed. We haven't had before Paul came, didn't have too many vendors that actually had supplies. So he's got supplies and he's got some other great cards. Let's see, the Lambricks are set up like right as you walk in the main door. They have a lot of great vintage. They're actually running the Green Bay Card Show, which is coming up on May 21st. They've got several autograph guests lined up in Green Bay, some former Packers, even their backup quarterback, Kurt Benkert's going to be there signing. Chester Markole, the old kicker, he'll be there. So Matt and Harry, they'll be set up. Who else do we have? My buddy Quentin, he's always got the newest of stuff, everything from football, basketball, baseball to soccer and Pokemon. Scotty P, he's a regular at the Oak Creek Card Show. I know Zach's been over there. You've probably run into Scotty P. He's always got some great bargain boxes and awesome stuff. So he'll be there. How about Card Art? My buddy Brian from here in Madison, Offbeat All-Stars on Twitter. He will be set up his first time in a few months. So he's got his card art that he'll have. Rodney has a lot of sealed wax, and we're not talking like retail. I'm talking about like old stuff. Like he had a 90 action packed sealed box that it's like, oh, I really want this because I couldn't even afford a single pack in 1990. So he's got some really cool stuff like that. Mark's always set up next to me. He has some great stuff. He's got a Jerry Garcia signed check. It's just for display purposes only. He's got some Babe Ruths in his display case. So he always has some fun stuff. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Tomorrow, 9 to 3, Madison Card Show, Sheraton Hotel, free admission. So come on out tomorrow and check us out. Johnny Boy Cards, happy Friday to you. I need to be set up directly next to you at the show in April so I can pull up my chair and dig your boxes all day. Unfortunately, Jenny, I will not have a table set up in April because I just can't manage. I had my mom up last month when I did the 2 rooms, watching my table, and I'm like, when I'm running the 2 floors, I'm up and down, up and down. So I can't do my boxes. Let's see. This is good, giving a sample of what dealers will have. Abraham, I've got a great deal on some early 80s football from John. Yeah, he's got some fun stuff. Let's see. Low roller, I'm gonna ignore your question. Low roller, how much money you make this week work. So Madison Card Show. Um, Madison Card Show tomorrow, 9 to 3, Sheraton Hotel. Gonna be a lot of fun. And of course, I will have um pictures, video posted throughout Twitter, and I'll put a highlight video up tomorrow night. Shout out to Rodney. He's my boy from way back. He gave me cards as a housewarming gift a couple of years ago. That's awesome. He's back. He's missed the last couple months, but he's going to be back tomorrow at the show. I've got some deals on some Korean cards. I know you want them. By the way, hit the like button, please. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already, and let's talk March Madness. So here now, if you don't care about college basketball and the tournament, now you can leave. So I talked about the Iowa gets upset. How about Ed mentioned it, Herman mentioned it, the Kentucky Wildcats last night lost to the St. Peter's Peacocks. Great mascot name, but a number 15 seed. I dislike when 15 seeds win. Because it just ruins it all. And here's the thing about upsets when it comes to picking a bracket. Like, you can say, "Oh, I picked that upset," but is St. Peter's going to make a run to like the Final Four? No. They're probably going to lose their next game. Maybe they, sneak in as a Cinderella into the Sweet 16, but I don't like picking those upsets just to pick upsets, because they can really burn you. Say you pick a 14 over a 3, and now when you look back and you just run the numbers and do the math, yes, it happens, but it's not very common. It's pretty rare, especially when you get to the 13, 14, 15, and only once for a 16. So you pick that, you get burned. You pick it and you're wrong, you get burned, because a lot of times you pick like a 14 over a 3 and you're wrong. That 3 seed could make a pretty deep run. So if you don't think they're not going to win the next round or 2 rounds, I avoid picking the upsets. So fortunately, my bracket, I did have Kentucky in the Final Four. Fortunately, I went with my Wisconsin Badgers in the Final Four instead of Iowa. I had the Badgers beating the Hawkeyes, but my Badgers still have a first-round game, so they could potentially get upset. So we have 25 brackets in our Bragging Rights Challenge for Hobby Evolution. Cole and Sam, first place with 14 points. So I believe so it's 1 point. So they nailed 14 out of 16 games correctly. How about that? So let's look up. Cole was like in first place the whole day. Cole has, let's see. It looks like he still has his Final Four intact. He's got Gonzaga, Michigan State, Illinois, and Villanova in his Final Four. Where did he have Kentucky? Oh, wait. Am I looking at this right? Okay, no. Cole's Final Four, I was wrong, is Gonzaga, Purdue, Villanova, and Wisconsin. Ooh, 2 Big Ten teams in the Final Four. So where did he have Kentucky? He had Kentucky beating St. Peter's, but losing. So here's where it is. So he was rooting for St. Peter's, even though he missed the point. He has Murray State beating Kentucky. And Murray State did beat San Francisco last night. I think I got that pick wrong. I picked the Dons. So Cole in first place, his bracket's looking good. He had Kentucky losing in the second round. Where do you have Iowa? Where's the Iowa bracket? Did he have the Hawkeyes making a run? Where in the heck are the Hawkeyes? I thought the Hawkeyes were in the Iowa bracket, I guess. Now, why am I not finding Iowa? Where is Iowa? Holy cow. Cole nailed it. He picked Richmond over Iowa. That's why I couldn't find it. So wow, Cole doing well in the bragging rights challenge. I'm going to go back to the chat. I wonder if March Madness takes away the NBA interest and then takes away NBA card buying interest. Just a thought, connecting sports to the hobby. I don't know. That's an interesting. Or does it drive more interest to the sport of basketball? I don't know. Turkey Cards love seeing Kentucky lose. Murray State was always solid when I was at EIU. Yeah, they had some, especially going back like 20 years, they had some really good teams. Even like 10 years ago, they had Isaiah Cannon, who was a stud. I think they made a deep run, maybe Sweet 16 or Elite Eight. I laugh 80% have the same winner of it all, and I'm over here with the Badgers because I've heard of them with both show. So Cole his bracket's looking great. How about Sam? Sam also had 14 out of 16 correct in the first day, but he did lose Kentucky. So Sam had Kentucky in the Final Four, but he had Gonzaga beating Kentucky, and then he had Arizona and Kansas on the other side. Let's see. So who else? So who do we have in the chat? We can tease. How about Jenny? Jenny, you're in a tie for third place, and you're like you've got the tiebreaker because you have the most potential points. So Jenny has the Wisconsin Badgers, 12 out of 16 picked yesterday correctly, and again a possibility of 182 points. That's the max amount of points she could receive. Brian Phelps is also in third with Dan, our buddy DR, picked 12 correct. John, that 70s Card Show, is up there in a tie for third place. A couple of Matthews, Matthew B and Matthew S. We've got Jeremy also hanging in there, 12 out of 16. Abraham, he's with us this morning. Abraham is in a tie for 10th place, 11 out of 16 with Frank, John, Jason, Tom, Josh, and Herman. Herman only a potential of 121 points because Herman had the Kentucky Wildcats winning it all. We've got Brian, David, Dylan, Diego, Bob, Bo, Ed, all tied for 17th, but Ed also had the Kentucky Wildcats winning it all. And then we've got Nick in 24th place. Nick, 9 points, 9 out of 16. And Scott in last, 7 out of 16 points yesterday. And he also had the Kentucky Wildcats winning it all. So that was the first day of the picks. Now, I used to always lead after the first day when I would pick a bracket, like in high school. I nailed like the first round upsets, but I'd also get a couple of those upsets wrong and it would burn me. And so after the first round, I'm like, yeah, first place, 14 out of 16, 13 out of 16. I'm going to win this all. And then I would get like 24th out of 25th. Turkey says, Brian is my real name. So, Brian, do you have a bracket in here? I know Brian B is Offbeat All-Stars. Oh, are you Brian P with Villanova? If so, you're right behind Jenny. Brian picked Villanova. Let's see. This is like golf, lowest score wins, right? Sure. So today, another day of college basketball. So that concludes the March Madness talk. I know not everybody enjoys the college basketball talk. Abraham dodged bullets yesterday, had Iowa out in the second round. There you go. That's a great upset pick, because or upset win because you had them out anyway. And Kentucky in the Sweet 16, that's not going to hurt you. Final Four could hurt you. And national championship game or national champion will definitely hurt your bracket. But unless you had Kentucky winning, sorry guys that did, your bracket's not busted. So that's the fun of March Madness. Like after the first day, your bracket's not busted after the first day, unless your national champion loses in the first round. Then it's busted. Okay, Brian, you're doing well. After the first day, I'll take 10 not knowing or watching basketball. There you go. So my day today's retail Friday, but I don't think just with everything going on, I'm going to be out of town Tuesday. I've got the card show tomorrow. I'm not going to. There's no products that I'm really looking for at retail. Actually, I am looking for Heritage. So maybe I will. Maybe I will see if there's any Tops Heritage because I do want to rip Heritage because I like it. Um, and I like the 73 design. I know it's not everyone's favorite, but I do enjoy the 73 Tops design. So I may make a run because the Walmart's the next the Walmart with the best card selection is like one exit away from the Sheraton. Um, and that's I have to go there this afternoon to get the room, make sure the tables are in the right spots and just put name cards down on each table. So that's the plan. I'm gonna do some shipping this morning. Turn the games on at 11. Um, do some more prep for my spring training trip. And get ready for the card show. I don't think I'm going to make any more quarter boxes because I finished those up last night. And I'm only doing 2 tables tomorrow, so I won't really have much room. So we'll see. Let's see. A lot of public schools around here went on spring break, so maybe DT started the same today. Could be. Did you guys see what Sue's pulled from Heritage? Yes, that was a sick pull. That was it Trout Otani dual auto of 25? That's an amazing pull. Parents have bad memories of spring break 2020. Kids never went back to school till fall. Yeah, that sucked. Ed loves the 73 design. My first year collecting. There's simple. There's something simple about the 73 Tops design. And since I have them right here, like look at Wayne Simpson. Like you just have like it's just so clean. I just love those cards. I love 73. I love 73 Tops. The backs are really cool. Like on the back, it says Wayne has been clocked at 9.6 seconds in the 100-yard dash. So it's got some cool trivia. Back when card backs were fun, and it doesn't just have a bunch of stats and a Twitter handle. Um, Gives a little bio. Wayne Simpson came to the Royals equipped with a blazing fastball. He was acquired from the Reds along with Hal McRae in exchange for Roger Nelson and Richie Scheinblum during the offseason. So I just love these cards. 73 Tops, so fun, and that's Tops Heritage. And if you're not familiar with Tops Heritage, it's not like an autograph product. It's a set builders product. It's a variations. They have quirky errors and variations, and your biggest hit usually isn't like the hit that they advertise. It's get a auto or relic in every box, and it's usually a relic. I think autos fall like 1 in every 5 hobby boxes. So it's not an autograph product. You're gonna get like a dollar relic, and usually the advertised hit is like the 8th or ninth best pull. Like a Wander Franco base card is going to be much better, more valuable than a hit in your Heritage box, unless you pull like a Trout Otani numbered to 25 dual auto. So there you go. We kept P home until May 2021. It was a long break. I had my Twins Heritage coming in today's mail. That's sweet. My son ripped some 2022 Heritage yesterday. Such a smooth look. Now I'm getting FOMO. I'm going to have to make that run today. Going to have to look for Heritage. Kids in Minneapolis are home again because the teachers went on strike. Oh, that sucks. Come on, the kids need to be in class. They've been home 2 weeks. That's kind of like the double whammy that baseball gave us. We had COVID, and then we come out of COVID. We're getting ready for finally a full season, a regular full season, unlike we've seen since 2019. And then you're going to lock the damn players out. And anyway, no more soapbox on that because baseball is back. I have a couple 73 Tops Brewers and love the set too. John, what's up? Any billiard pool player cards floating around at these shows? I do see on occasion some of the vintage dealers do have some of those, quirky other sports cards. So yes, they are out there. Typically, you're going to find those at larger, like the Chicago Sports Spectacular, the National, some of these multi-day shows where there's you know, bigger vendors with more stuff. But I've actually seen there's some vendors that bring stuff like that to my show. So yes, it's they're definitely out there. Baseball is back and Heritage is waiting on a shelf. Yep, absolutely. So I'm gonna go look for some today. So that's what I had for today. No show tomorrow. So upcoming schedule for Hobby Evolution. No show tomorrow. Madison Card Show, John Nolen Drive, Madison, Wisconsin. 9 to 3 tomorrow. Free admission. 80 tables. Sunday we'll review the show. So I'll put a highlight video out Saturday night. Sunday morning, Hobby Evolution, sometime between 8 and 9 a.m. We'll review the card show. And Monday, regular schedule, 7 a.m. Central. Monday, no show Tuesday, as I'll be on a plane to Mesa, Arizona. Wednesday morning, I do plan on doing a Hobby Evolution episode, probably around like 9:30 Central Time, maybe 10 Central. I'll probably do it before I head out to Wednesday. Is going to be kind of a long day because I'll be out at the backfields and then home game against the Oakland Athletics Wednesday afternoon with tailgating in between. So I'll 9:30 to 10 a.m. Central, probably keep it to a half an hour so I can get about my day at the complex. And then from there on out, it's kind of a wait and see. I do know, let's see, maybe Thursday morning go live and just kind of recap the Wednesday. Friday probably won't go live. Have some activities planned for Thursday and Thursday night that may make me want to sleep in Friday morning. Saturday morning, we'll see. I may not go live Saturday morning because of I'll be headed to the Phoenix Card Show, but I'll try to go live on Sunday at some point Sunday. To review the Phoenix Card Show next weekend. And then I fly back. I have a late flight next Tuesday or the following Tuesday, the 29th that night. So I may do a farewell from Phoenix, farewell from Arizona video on Tuesday the 29th. So everyone have a great day. Have a great weekend. Come on out to Madison, the Madison Card Show tomorrow if you're in the area. Even if you're within a few hours, it's worth the drive. Come on out. Would be awesome to see you. Have a great Friday, and we'll chat Sunday morning.